Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Today it's going to be a match from the CasterMuse StarLeague Season 2. Well, CasterMuse StarLeague, I apologize, Season 2. The replays were sent to me by somebody who really likes StarCraft, and I'm not entirely sure he gave me permission to say his name, so we'll just leave it at that. Alright, so this is 2020 StarCraft, you guys. Man, I am so excited. Alright, so top right-hand corner of Escalade, we have what we're going to call the blue Zerg player, BlisS. And in the bottom right, it is the purple Protoss player, Miners Showtime, which is actually a Smurf name and an alternate name for the player Chalrenge. Chalrenge might be more known for his interesting behavior at trophy ceremonies. So if you want to learn more about that, just search Chalrenge in Wikipedia. It's spelled how it sounds. It really shouldn't be that hard to find. He was more of a 2v2 player initially, but really wanted to prove himself in the 1v1 scene and really started to do so. So I would say that Chalrenge is favored in this matchup, but that's okay. I feel like BlisS is an up-and-coming younger Zerg player, should be excellent. Has a starting APM of 570. What? 600 APM for BlisS in the early stages of this match. Who does he think he is? The overpull opening, pretty standard here from the Zerg player against the Protoss, especially on a 4-player map. Just being safe. And Miner Showtime going for what looks like a regular old Forge Fast Expand. And it is. I'm telling you guys, it's really hard to tell games from 2008 from 2020. I'm just telling you right now. Now, we do have some Lurker Eggs here, which can be killed but have a lot of armor. So this is just, I don't even know why. Why are these? I understand why they exist in general. I don't get it. I don't get the purpose of these at all. You can't build on ramps, so it doesn't prevent wall-offs. I don't know. Somebody who's smarter than me, tell me why there are eggs on this ramp. It's driving me nuts. Okay. So the probe does scout the timing on the hatchery and the timing on the pool. It says, okay, we're going to throw it on the Nexus, but then we're going to get a cannon as soon as we can. And 150 minerals comes up for Showtime. He's purple, and 134, 142, 50. Done. Cannon on the way, so he's fine. A couple of lings out right now. Another pair is on the way here from BlisS, but he's not going to try to kill his opponent early at all, based on what we're seeing here. He's not getting gas, right? If you're getting gas, you want speedlings, you want hydras, you want something to kill the Protoss player quickly. Slowlings are some of the worst units in the entire game. If not the worst unit in all of StarCraft, slow Zerglings. They are so bad. Is that not a wall? That drone just wandered through your wall. Look at him exhibiting it. He's like, hey, check it out. This isn't a wall. Oh, no. Okay, well, we'll see if that comes into play here. I'm not sure that it will. There's only a couple lings out on the map, and this cannon will kill them before they get anywhere for sure. Where's your third base? It's time for a third base, BlisS. You're not getting anything accomplished with these lings. I understand you want to be defensive. And you don't have any idea what Showtime, or rather Challenge, is going for here. Chalrenge. Man, that's going to be hard to say because it's not really a word. BlisS is a word, though. Anywho, Chalrenge is going for APMs. Still insanely high right now. Were these cast in English, actually, I'm realizing? These might have never been cast in English. In which case, hey, if you've been looking for English casts from the CasterMuse StarLeague, hey, you found the right place. Maybe I'll make this a thing. I'll just start casting a bunch of games from this. There is a series that was recommended to me as very good between Sack and Piano, which are two players who are excellent, have really good resumes, and it is further into the tournament than this is. But I'll definitely do that, and we'll see how it goes. We'll see how this is received. I think some of the people, maybe a lot of the people watching this channel for Brood War are really only interested in names that they know. Nice block on that probe, though. And as a result, they'll be like, BlisS and Chalrenge, what is this? Hey, man, it's pro. It is pro StarCraft from 2020. That's what it is. You interested in it? Good. You're here. Anyway, Lair coming up as he is rushing for a Spire to account for the Stargate that's on the way from Chalrenge, as is tradition. And third base timing probably now based on this drone moving out. Oh, never mind. It's coming up to the top. Cool. Third hatch done. It's close to home, which is really nice. And super duper wide open, but again, Zerg players don't much care about that. They're not walling anyway. This Zealot, though, got 2 kills already. He's going to try to run, but running will accomplish nothing. At least try to kill another Zergling there. Maybe could have gotten the wounded one. We'll never know, will we? More Zealot attacks here, and BlisS is handling this like a pro. This can really throw lesser Zerg players when a couple Zealots show up unannounced. And you're like, I was just making drones, crap, and then Zealots are hammering your drones. But no, BlisS was ready. He had Zerglings. He did some good micro. Kept some of his Zerglings alive that would have died for a lesser player. And another Zealot moving out to die. That is a surrounded Zealot. Does he know it yet? He tries to jump on him, but the cannon saves his butt. Nicely done. Nicely done, Zealot. Way to get your butt saved. Another Zealot, though. This is nuts out of Chalrenge. I like it. The harassment is real. This one snuck past the Zergling crew here and actually stopped all mining at the 3rd base, which is fine because the natural is not super well saturated at the moment anyway. Everything's cool. Everything is cool. So 2 Zerglings at a time, 3 Zerglings at a time can hit that Zealot, so he dead. Macro Hatch coming up at the 3rd base, loving that stuff. And Scourge. Do we have Scourge out? Is he making them yet? Yes, 2 pairs of Scourge on the way now. Okay, good. So Corsair moving out, first one of the day. Zealot also continuing. Man, this Zealot stuff, though. Man, Bisu has won games with this before. He just makes like 2 or 3 gates and just keeps making Zealots. And just wanders them into the Zerg base over and over again until the Zerg dies. It's incredible. It's a really incredible display here. But Zealot's not accomplishing much, but really keeping BlisS at home for sure, which is fine. I think BlisS is okay with staying home right now based on his opening. But this Zealot takes down a drone. That should be it for him. He's chasing after the drone that he entered earlier. Oh, did get another one before he died. Nicely done, Mr. Zealot. All right, all right. So, Templar Archives in production. Citadel of Adun done. That is okay. That Corsair count is suddenly big. And he's not moving out. Oh, no. Is it bait? Is he trying to make BlisS think he's not making a bunch of Corsairs? Because he just made a bunch of Mutas, which we've seen accomplish much on this channel against Protoss. We've also seen them flame out horribly against Protoss on this channel. So it's going to come down to control. It's going to come down to what the Mutas are trying to accomplish. And getting into a mineral line and killing probes is a good thing to accomplish. He only has 4, though. I really don't know what 4 Mutas are supposed to do. I guess he's a 5th one on the way. So 5 Mutas is better. There's another one out here, too. All right, so we're up to 6. The Zealots are going to start taking hits from these Mutalisks and hate their lives. But guess who's coming to save them? Nobody. Oh, never mind. They are here, after all. The Corsairs getting in. The Muta's not splitting very well. The Corsairs trying to avoid getting hit by the Scourge at the same time. And then the Corsairs just decide it's time to flee entirely. Zealots continuing on their merry way up to the 3rd base to try to kill it. And BlisS doesn't have any Sunkens at all. All of his resources have gone to these Mutas. I'd really like to see... I guess there's 1 Sunken. I'd like to see a couple Sunkens and maybe some Hydras versus these guys. But if you want to go Mutas, that's your choice, BlisS. Follow your BlisS. Does that count as a dad joke? I don't even know anymore. I don't. 3rd macro hatch. Creep colony coming in. Chalrenge hasn't shown any attempts to take a 3rd base at all at this stage. I guess maybe because if these Corsairs aren't awesome, then suddenly the 3rd base is dead, you know? There's some pressure there. Archon coming in, researching Storm regardless, though. We will see some High Templar with Storm later. Yeah, the Scourge count is nuts. What a play here from BlisS. Who are these Zerg players in 2020 going Muta Scourge to handle the attack? Oh, he forces those High Templar to turn into an Archon. Amazing. Scourge! Woo! Getting some decent hits there. But there are still, 3 Corsairs remaining. The Muta's taking hits on the splash. The Archon shows up to another Corsair dies. 2 remaining and very good health. Thank you for asking. And the Mutas have to get out. I don't think that was a good trade for BlisS. I don't think it was. That was a lot of Scourge, man. Maybe they killed 2 or maybe 3 Corsairs. Doesn't seem like a fair exchange. But defending against future ground attacks with additional Sunkens coming in. I'm loving that stuff. And man, Chalrenge on 2 bases forever, it will seem. He's just making more Corsairs. Corsairs, Zealots, and Archons. A really, really good answer to Ling Muta Scourge out of BlisS. Again, depends on what the Scourge contact. Depends on how good the Zealots can be in getting their damage done. Both players moving out at the same time. Ships passing in the night. And they see it. So a couple quick shots on the Zealots before the Archons show up. That's good. Wounding them is nice. Taking down their shields a bit. Where are the Corsairs, he says? I know they have to be around here somewhere. And they are. They're up ahead of the group. All 4 of them. Scourge randomly roaming around. This is an interesting match. I'm liking it so far. And committing to an attack. Committing to an attack of the natural base. The Corsairs are going after the Overlords because they're kind of clumped up. The Archon's getting some nice hits too. And meanwhile, the Mutas just decided to, first of all, cancel the 3rd base attempt here from Chalrenge and just getting to the natural base. Or the main base, rather, of the Protoss player. The Sunken's getting serious hits on these Archons. Ling's jumping on top of that Archon to kill it straight up. Holy crap, BlisS doing well here. The Mutalisks are trying to take down the main Nexus. Which, again, not guaranteed damage. Every time someone tries to kill a main, like a Nexus or a Hatchery or anything, I feel like Day 9 is cringing somewhere. Lings are trying to jump on this 3rd base, but there's a bunch of Zealots, and the Zealots should be able to handle that. Yeah, the main Nexus is dead. Ooh, nice target firing on those Scourge. It's almost dead. Okay, they got the Nexus. Scourge, target fired and killed before they could explode on those Corsairs. Really, really good play from both these players here so far. Nicely done getting the Nexus, and also nicely done sniping those Scourge with your Corsairs, Chalrenge. Additional Sunkens coming up right now. He's thinking about taking a 4th base in the top left, but it will be really, really exposed. I don't know how he protects it is the problem. Look at this center area. That's an interesting one to try and take. 2 gas is nice, but again, as with all center bases, really difficult to hold for any length of time. So BlisS still cruising at 400 APM right now. This is turning into a pretty good match, I gotta say. 93 to 111 total supply. BlisS is down, but I think that's okay based on his composition. Is he going to try to catch... Ooh, the Corsairs, though. Ooh, 1 Corsair down instantly. Archon does not get a hit on anything there. And the Corsairs have to run. Same run speed. Same movement speed for Corsairs and Scourge. For balance purposes, I have to assume. And the 3rd base is established here from Chalrenge. Muta's trying to pick off probes as they can. Taking hits from the Corsairs is never good. Nice micro. Oh, never mind. Well, that didn't happen anymore. The micro not so much on that Scourge hit, but there are still several Corsairs remaining. And Chalrenge is going to be okay. 4th base coming up in the top left right now. BlisS, I'm not sure how he plans to defend that other than just having the Mutas be there. Like, these are not defensive units is the problem. That's why there are so many Sunkens. I like the Hydra transition, though. And Lurker's coming in, too. Okay, Hydra Lurker against Zealot. Not bad. Really not bad at all. Depending on your positioning, of course. If the Zealots jump right on top of your Lurkers, they're all dead. Depending on the numbers involved. But if the Hydras are buffering a bit and the Lurkers are stabbing from behind, that's a really good combo. Really good combo. He's moving down. He wants to kill this 3rd base more than anything in his entire life. He wants to kill this 3rd. Or maybe just engage. You know what? Lurkers are better in an offensive capability. Okay, Lurkers burrow. This is it, man. Storm coming in on the... Okay, so all the Lurkers died to Storm. And yeah, Storm, the great equalizer. If there wasn't any Storm, that would have been so much better for BlisS. But again, that's generally true for most Zerg engagements. If there isn't any Storm, they win most engagements. This is really scary, though. 148 to 97 total supply in favor of Chalrenge right now. He's got +2 attack down on his Zealots and his Archons here. +1 attack is done for the Hydras, but they're forced to pull back. They're pulling back to the Sunkens. I thought I saw some Lurkers somewhere. Oh, these guys are Lurkers. Could they maybe sneak back here? I bet those cannons have that back area covered, though, eh? I bet they do. Muta's trying to snipe the High Templar, taking hits, but that's definitely worth it for them. Dodging storms like a boss. There's still a High Templar remaining in here. The Corsairs are covering them. There's 2 High Templar in here. The Corsairs are covering it pretty tightly. Meanwhile, Zealot finds its way up to the 4th base, which doesn't have a Sunken, but it should have a Sunken. And as a result, some drones are going to die. BlisS kind of losing it here a little bit. I really liked his early game, but he's getting out macroed. He's not defending his 4th base effectively. He's just, oh boy. Oh no, the drones though. Okay, well, more of those drones got out of there than I thought they would. 4, exactly. Hydra is trying to engage against these zealots, but they have speed and +2 attack. And are there enough? There are enough Hydras coming up the backside here. This Hydra transition out of BlisS has been very good. I'm impressed by it here. Zealots trying to jump on top of the 4th base. Sunken is alive. Will delay a little bit, especially with Hydras coming out there to defender's advantage, kicking in a bit here too. But that's a lot of Zealots. And you'll probably save your main hatchery. But not much else here. This is a lot of Hydralisks, man. With plus attacks. 2 attack is done now. That Archon, no. Mass Hydra is the Archon's worst nightmare. Like, Archons are pretty cool with most stuff that Zerg can do, but seriously, though. Mass Hydra, real scary. Also, getting surrounded by adrenal gland Zerglings is up there, too, in their list of things that they are afraid of. Hive on the way back home for BlisS. Chalrenge is still on 3 bases. Maybe thinking about taking a 4th in the bottom right. Just Zealots, man. It is all day Zealots with some Dragoons to deal with the Lurkers, which he knows exist right now. And some High Templar, too. So nice snipe. If 2 Lurkers die before any storms are cast, that's a nice victory for Chalrenge. Trying to Hydra this thing while avoiding getting stormed all over the place. The detection, though. The Lurkers are all dying. This is not working for BlisS. This really is not working for BlisS right now. That Hydra goes down, and the 4th base is forfeit. I don't think these Hydras will get there in time to save it. The new Sunken will help a bit, and the fact that Chalrenge decides to back up a little bit because he's worried about this flank attack. Oh, that was a good storm. 7 kills on that High Templar, 10 kills on that High Templar, and he escapes with his life. Lurker's not doing anything against this Gateway army because there's detection. If he could snipe an Observer, I feel like BlisS's fortunes would change here immensely. And I guess the eggs do prevent a bit, or like create a bit of a funnel here, but just make a narrower ramp. But I guess the whole point is you can kill the eggs and widen it yourself if you want. Not that anyone has shown any indication that they want to do that. So I don't know. Narrower ramp probably makes sense in the long run here. So really no attacks at the 3rd base yet. And actually, he does save the top left. There was a window for Chalrenge to wipe it out, but he decided not to go for it. And as a result, BlisS hangs on to the 4th. That's really good for him. He's going for Adrenal Glands, finishing up now, getting an Infestation Pit. It is time for Plague. It is time for Dark Swarm. Or maybe a bit past that time, but this isn't Jaedong we're talking about, right? This isn't Terror. This is BlisS. He's younger, but he's competing at a high level. And I really think there's a good future in front of him based on this game. He's really holding his own against someone who has a better resume for sure. So trying to get a bit of a surround here on the Protoss army. Storm's coming in the top side and on the right side. Oh, that last storm on the right side was disgusting. And all the High Templar live. I mean, you got to at least snipe the High Templar if you're going to throw away that much Zerg. 149 to 115 total supply. An attempt at taking the left side base does get wiped out by Lings and Lurkers. A bunch of probes going to go down here too. 63 probes for Chalrenge, but how many are going to die in this really ill-timed transfer? Oh no. Okay, well, all these probes are dead. Meanwhile, big attack coming up to the 3rd base, which I said had not been attacked yet. Oh, it's been attacked now, friend. 52 probes remaining for Chalrenge. 47 drones for BlisS. Desperation hold time right now for BlisS. If he loses his 3rd base, I don't know how he comes back and wins this game at all. But Lings are here for the Dragoons. Not bad against the Zealots either once they have Adrenal Glands. Pretty decent trades. Lurker trying to burrow in. Did his Observer get sniped? No, it's still here. And this High Templar lives with 4 kills. He escapes. I wanted to say leaves and lives at the same time, and my brain got super confused. That happens to me a lot when I'm casting. Just something to share. Yeah, man. So BlisS, he holds on to the base. Good spot. Better spot now. Lurkers trying to jump down on top of this cannon at the 3rd base for Chalrenge. And it's, you know what, it's kind of working out for him a little bit. I don't generally encourage Lurkers to attack into cannons, but shoot. This is accomplishing some stuff. Where is that out of range? It's got to be out of range of the detection. Oh my gosh, that cannon can't see that. The blind storm comes in. The Ling's going after the cannons, but getting stormed in defense there too. Pretty good defense there from Chalrenge. He needs this third base to live. Both players need their third base to live. BlisS cruising on down with 1-1 Adrenal Lings. Plague being researched here by BlisS too. What a great match this has been. I'm really enjoying this one. These players seem pretty evenly matched. Both players at around 100 supply right now too, which seems to indicate that's what we're dealing with. Oh, that was a good storm. These High Templar, though, they've been having a good day. Like, BlisS's macro is pretty great, but his micro leaves something to be desired, which is hard to do. Ooh, sniping that Archon, and then kind of sniping... There you go. Sniping the High Templar before the Hydras dart out of there with their speed upgrade and get murdered because they took a bad angle. There are DTs out, though, so maybe you should start bringing some Overlords with ya on these endeavors, BlisS. If this third base goes down for Chalrenge, he's dead. I'm just telling you, right now, he is. BlisS is taking a 5th base at the top side of this left spawn position that he took the 4th base at. Loving that stuff. Oh, can the Hydra? They can. That Nexus is done. I'm not even sure that was a cancel for Chalrenge. Maybe it was. Maybe it was a cancel for Chalrenge. But regardless, it is delayed pretty heavily here. And Chalrenge doesn't have the resources to build another Nexus right now. He's going to go for another big attack. And hopefully get BlisS off his back long enough that can actually do this. But look at this, another army coming down from BlisS while Chalrenge is busy at the northern side of the map. He's willing to sacrifice this hatchery if he can kill Chalrenge's third, which it looks like this army is in a position to do so. There are no High Templar here at all. That is a lot of Lurker Ling. So the 5th base gets canceled or killed. I'm not entirely sure which there. BlisS taking his time. Oh, a High Templar does sneak his way down to this base. There was a window, BlisS. There was a okay, well, maybe you're just trying to catch reinforcing units here. Those Archons in trouble. So he's going, all right, for a bit of a multi-pronged attack right now. The Lurkers are everywhere, but there is detection. And the DT's hacking away these guys. The Observer comes in, and he manages to save the base pretty easily. Again, there was a window. There was a window where Chalrenge had nothing down here but a couple cannons and like a zealot. I think this could have gone down. BlisS is going to watch this replay and be like, I had that. I had it. Also, not enough resources to retake this left side 4th base he was going for. +3, +1 is done for these gateway units. The Defiler gets cut out and murdered. I'm not sure what he was doing there. That was the wrong neighborhood for sure. Observer says, yes, there are Lings over this way. Excellent. We can handle that. The Lurker is trying to burrow in this left side. Assuming the Observer is gone, and the Observer is gone. It's up here, remember? Burrow, and some probes are going to die. We're at 43 probes. There we go, 41 probes, and Double Storm comes in all across the sky and murders them both. Excellent. All right, so Chalrenge not bothered by that at all. Dark Swarm up. Oh, nice storm. That Archon survives with 9 shields. Right side base being taken by BlisS. I think BlisS might have this match. I'm looking at this match right now and where we stand. Lings maybe are actually going to do something against this base for the first time today. The cannons are down because they're so weak against these upgraded Lings. Lings don't really want to engage with the Archon because he has like 300. Okay, never mind. They wanted to engage and they were grateful to die. Boy, howdy. All right, man. 135 to 126 supply. BlisS is up, feeling okay. Chalrenge, though, he's coming in. He's got a bunch of Storm. There are Lurkers and Lings to defend this, but Storm is the answer to all of it. Is there any Dark Swarm play here to help? At least. There's your Consume. There's your Consume. There's your Plague. Okay, well, he caught a Zealot. But all the Lurkers are dead, and suddenly... Okay, not all the Lurkers are dead. Did he plagued his own Overlord and a drone there? This Defiler has some atoning to do. Some redemption to look for. Lurkers spining into the distance here with their +3 attack. And, man, BlisS manages to hold on there against what I feel like was a superior force. Even with a whiffed Plague, the Lurker's just too much for the Zealots, the Dragoons, and the Archons. There's just not enough here. He's mined out of his main base. He's mined out of his natural base. He's got his third base, but his fourth base is still not here. He's just barely started to warp it in. It's 44 drones to 40 probes, and if this base dies, I think Chalrenge is dead. If his fourth base can't get up, he doesn't have the income to keep up right now. This DT, never mind. DT is dead. Zealot heads home after getting 12 kills. Tell me those aren't all drones. They might be all drones, actually. They could be, but 3-1-1 Archons in these numbers going to do better against lurkers. BlisS getting backed into a corner right now. This is nuts. Dude, if Chalrenge can get something done with this attack, which I don't know that he can. There's so many Sunkens. There's Defilers here. Again, Mass Archon doesn't care as much about Defilers because Plague doesn't harm them and Dark Swarm doesn't matter as much. Oh, no. Oh, no. The left side base. He left it undefended. The Hydras, they found it. The Zergling found it. The Hydra reinforcements are here, and that Nexus is canceled for Chalrenge. He's on 3 bases at 25 minutes. This is bad. This is so bad for Chalrenge. What's defending this? There are no High Templar at the third base. I repeat, there are no High Templar at the third base. I mean, these are 3-2 Hydras. Very mean Hydralisks at this stage of the game. A Defiler helping him out. 140 to 113 supply. What a reversal for BlisS here. He was in so much trouble, and he just held on by the seat of his pants. And I just don't think that Chalrenge has enough to win this game. I really don't. Look at this. There's some cannons here, but these upgrades on the Zerg units are nuts. The cannons really shouldn't be able to do much as one goes down, and another one's going to go down to the Zergling in about 3.5 seconds. And that cannon is doing all right for itself. The Archon is benefiting from the Dark Swarm. The probes have to get pulled, and that's your income for Chalrenge. He has nothing. A Plague gets cast on a couple of these Dragoons, and an Archon too while we're at it. Holy crap right now. Yeah, that's it though. I mean, yes, he's winning some engagements in the middle of the map here, but that's his income. That's it. He needs to win with this. And I just don't know that he can. He's got, again, great upgrades. 3-1-1. But the lurkers are 3-2. There's a bunch of them here. Oh, okay. Maybe getting them before they can... All right, well, there's the burrow and the... Oh, that's just the splash damage on these Archons, though. Sure, the lurkers are dying, but so are the Archons. And BlisS comes out on top in 27 minutes and 30 seconds. Holy smokes, what a victory there for BlisS. Again, go look at their Liquipedia pages. Look for Chalrenge and BlisS and tell me who you thought was going to win this game. And tell me you thought it was BlisS, because you'd be lying. There's no way. Like, it wasn't a perfect victory. It wasn't, you know, hero levels. It wasn't effort levels. But for somebody who hasn't really been playing for all that long, fantastic display from BlisS here. What a great, great match. Goodness. Again, the number of times he barely held on by the skin of his teeth defending these bases up top really kept him alive there. The fact that he was able to expand to this space was massive. The fact that he got Defiler tech out, he had great upgrades on his Hydras. His Lings had 2-2 while you're at it. And he was everywhere. This is a big wide open map. There's a lot of attack paths for Zerglings, and BlisS took full advantage of it, consistently pushing Chalrenge back after a series of engagements where it looked like Chalrenge was going to win the game. He was up 40-50 supply. He had better tech. He was pushing right onto the front door of bases, and then somehow he got turned away. I still think there was a small window there where Chalrenge was coming to kill this fourth and could have killed it, but turned around. I guess he saw he was getting flanked and he wanted to handle it, but I still think you jump up here, you have the high ground, and maybe you kill these hatches. But again, the secret here of these macro hatches too is that defender's advantage is massive, right? If there's one hatchery, like 3 Hydras can pop out and try to stop you. If there are 3 hatcheries, there are 9 Hydras that can hop out and try to stop you, which is nuts. So nicely done by BlisS. I, for one, am impressed. End of the day, 224,000 points for BlisS, 196,000 for Chalrenge. He made 700 Zerg units to 260 Protoss units that were produced today. I mean, that alone will probably win you most games in ZVP. Buildings constructed, again, a weird metric when Zerg is involved. And gas mine, just more gas mine, more minerals, and outspent the Protoss player, who, again, never got a 4th base at all in this 27-minute game. outspent him by a total of 14,000 points. Yeah, 14,000 resources, man. That's a lot. That adds up. That adds up when it comes down to it. Oh, man. All right. Well, that's going to be it from me. This has been Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered from 2020. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.